What's up guys, and welcome back to Escooter Clinic. Today we're looking at the G-Force DES electric cargo bike. A bike that can replace your car when you're travelling through the city. So let's see what this bike's all about. So who is the target audience for this e-bike? For me, this is for someone who's maybe a family person or a delivery driver as such. You could take a bike like this out for family picnics, bring in all the load of like the gear you need and stuff for the day back on this mount here. There's a lot of real estate here and there's a lot of space if you're doing a small business or delivery driving. This could be the machine for you. So let's talk about one of the biggest factors about this bike. It's absolutely gigantic battery. Look at the scale of this thing. This thing is 2,304 watts and is claimed for a range of around 180 plus miles. Now that's obviously on the lowest possible settings and also riding in eco with a load of pedal assist as well, not doing throttle only. Now this bike we have today is the fully legal 15.5 mile an hour top speed e-bike. Now that is in line with UK legislation. That means that you can ride this bike freely, and having that giant battery and 15.5 miles an hour with pedal assist, you're never going to charge this thing. You could have this thing for weeks, every day commuting to work. This thing is going to survive all your trips and you're never going to have to charge this thing. But if you were to charge this battery, it would take about 6 hours to charge. Now that's not necessarily a problem because you could take this battery out. This actually has a hand built into it. So you can actually pull the whole battery out and charge it independently of the bike. So you can lock this bike outside, take this battery into the office and charge it with you. But to be honest, if you've got 130 plus miles on an e-bike, you're never going to need to charge this thing. You'll probably charge it once every 2, maybe even 3 weeks, if ever, due to the sheer scale of this battery. Now, one of the big selling points for this cargo bike is its full incorporated suspension system. You have shock absorbers in the front, rear, and even including the seat. So that means that this bike is perfect for a little bit of urban adventure, but it really comes alive in the outdoor wilderness areas, making sure they have a comfortable, soft, springy ride for all conditions that you come across. I've been taking this bike out for some gnarly off-road riding already, and I can't really feel any discomfort at all, and it just glides over anything that this bike comes across. Next up, let's talk about these massive knobbly AT tyres. Now these are 20 inches wide and 4 inches in the width of the tyre. Now one thing I found with this particular type of e-bike tyre is that the walls between these bikes are sometimes a little bit thin. So one thing I would consider if you're going to get this e-bike is upgrading the tyres, so maybe a thicker compound, especially if you're doing some knobbly, gnarly off-road riding. Personally, these come absolutely fine outside the box. If you're doing like urban commuting, this would be absolutely fine. But if you're going to do some outdoor wilderness exploring, I would get something a little bit grittier and a little bit thicker. Just one thing to consider if you're getting your own e-bike. Next thing we're going to look at are the brake discs for this bike. Now, one thing that's really important is to be able to stop safely. Now, this bike comes with hydraulic front and rear disc plates. So the advertised max load you should have for this bike, including a rider, is 205 kilograms. Anything above that will affect stopping distance. So as a cargo bike, consider the payload you are running when you're using this e-bike. So if we're talking about what this drivetrain has for this e-bike, it is a 7-speed drivetrain which has all the gears from 1 all the way up to 7. Now it's very important when you start pedaling this bike, the throttle will only engage when you start riding. So it's not a throttle only e-bike, you need to start pedaling to engage the electric motor. Now the motor that is paired with this bike is a 250 watt motor and is designed to assist you in pedaling. It's not a throttle only bike. So keep that in mind because this is street legal and this is how the legislation is based within the UK. So for me, from my experience, I'm sticking this in the lowest gear when I get started pedaling and increase that gearing as I get higher into that speed. One thing to make note of, as you pedal, you actually get that electric assist to push you to keep you going. So if you're not used to that, it may feel a little bit disorientating, but as soon as you get up to speed, it just coasts nice and easy. And then you get displayed with this really nice and clear OLED LED display. So this tells you your speed as well as how much range you have left in the battery. And this range isn't going to go down very quickly. Now the problems in the UK is to do with the cap of the top end speeds in the capital. Now in the capital in the UK, we are limited in most areas to 20 miles an hour at the top speed. and with a bike doing 15.5 miles an hour top speed and navigating the city streets, this bike can keep up with the traffic safely and legally. And that is the key factor in this situation. You could have something like this on this e-bike and travel and navigate the capital with ease without worrying about legalities or worrying about paying congestion charges, paying for road tax, all this as one purchase and worry-free and endless range. One thing I love about this bike the most is this simple grab handle, which you can simply unlock with a key and take the battery off. Convenience is key. So all that is well and good, but how much does this bike retail for? Now this bike retails for £1,499 due to a £400 discount available currently at the Escooter clinic. Overall, I'd give this bike a solid 7 out of 10, simply due to its versatility and extreme range. Now, the only improvements I would recommend is looking at a de-restricted version at 750 watts in power, and also potentially upgrading the tyres to a more harder compound. Overall, I feel like the G-Force DES is a solid choice for any city commuter. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And also, let us know what you'd like to see next on the channel. Anyway, that's all for today, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.